Meditation is all. Good evening, welcome. So the meditation is always more powerful when we are in a group, at least 3 times more powerful. So if you can be here present, putting your cameras on, that would be so amazing. Friends, today we are going to talk about feminine and masculine energies. So on this plane, there is duality. On the physical plane, things are in the duality plane. So what do we mean by that? There is day and night. There is darkness, there is light. There is man, there is woman. There are two. And the energies are really interacting. We are able to create so much, bring so much into physical manifestation on this plane. When we are meditating, we are really connecting with our true self. And that true self is beyond this duality. We are really belonging to the plane of oneness. We are a soul where we are actually not a man or a woman. As a soul, we take birth both as man and as woman. But the soul does not have really a gender. On this plane, there are two. But that is our true nature. So this is the alternate reality. That is our real self. Right? But here on this plane, everything is formed by two coming together. So even when I'm a female, I'm formed when the man and the woman came together, when the masculine and the feminine came together. So in me, there is a masculine and the feminine energy. Same as in Kunal. You see a man, there is masculine and feminine energy coming together. So everyone, everywhere, all physical creation, it is formed by two energies coming together. These two energies is what has created us. And we will be able to fully live our potential. We will be able to really be here completely when we embrace both. When we own both, when we own our energies, when we own our creativity, that is when we are really able to be our potential. So as I mentioned, the first point, that is our true self. This is where, so right now when I have taken birth as a female, but my true self is beyond any sex. But to be able to live here on this plane as a complete being, to be able to live my full potential, I have to embrace all of me. Right? Now, when I'm saying this, what is it that has happened in the past? If we see last so many hundreds of years, if we see the conditioning that a lot of us have gone through, so many times we may not see actively this conditioning at home. For a lot of us, it was. But if we see the cultures, if we see what is really happening in the media, in the language, all of this is having an impression on us when we are growing up. All of the conditioning is happening very early in childhood. We are really without any filters, absorbing everything and believing everything. So when we are really paying attention to that, what was happening in so many years, I'm going to throw some light, some examples on really what was happening. Men were told, you can't cry. It is weak if you're crying. Are you a girl if you're crying? So somewhere they were told it's a sign of strength if you're not really showing your emotions, if you're not crying, and if you're not even feeling your emotions. That's the indirect message that was going to the boys. And of course, when we are saying that it's strong not to cry, and it is weak to cry, and women cry, we are actually also indirectly saying that the men are stronger. You have to be that way, and the women are weaker. Now, this is the unconscious messaging that has been there. And sometimes directly, it also consciously, also it has really gone deep inside. The women were also told you have to adjust, you have to be submissive. You cannot be angry, right? So the woman can't be angry, the man can't cry. A lot of this conditioning was there. A woman was given certain specific roles. A woman was supposed to do X, Y, Z. So not only was this happening at the level of handling with emotions, but also there were things that a woman shouldn't do, can't do. Certain things a man shouldn't do, can't do. So what was really happening was that it was not about really embracing the whole, but at an action level, at a role level, there was polarization happening. You are a woman, you should only be doing this, you should only be behaving a particular way. You are a man, you should be this way, you should be really behaving a particular way. So there is polarization that has happened for a long, long time. The second element that I mentioned, somewhere, this whole belief that was put as if the male was more important, right? Like I said, that he's the stronger one, or the man is the head of the family, but nowhere it was also told that the woman is the heart of the family, right? Both the man and the woman are actually equal and they're complementary. They're supposed to be different, but they're supposed to be complementary. Now, the truth is that they are both equal. That's the higher reality. The higher reality is that they are actually the same at a soul level. At a physical level, we are playing roles and we may actually choose primary one. But somewhere, this belief that as if one is higher has been very deeply ingrained. And of course, what was also happening physically, what we saw here in the patriarchal societies, we saw that as if the man was more important. A lot of significance was given in that, how everybody wanted a son. So clearly the son was more important. And the girl, if she was born, she was not really the wanted one. So right from childhood, of course, the child needs love. So what was happening? Very likely the women were also trying, the girl was trying to be the person that they wanted. We are trying to be the man. A lot of the feminist movements, feminism, is really, people fighting that I'm equal. We're trying to fight that we are equal. The fact is that we are trying to do a lot of things just like them to prove that we are equal. But so many times people are still deeply inside feeling that we are not equal. We are wanting to see it in the society. We want to see that others feel that we are equal. We want to prove it to the world that we are equal. Yes, while that may happen at the action level, but deep inside, if that change has not happened, if we don't feel that I can be a woman and I'm still equal, I'm no lesser than any man, if I'm not really in that, if I'm still in that whole thing of trying to prove to somebody, then I'm still carrying that wound. So that next step of healing is something that we need to take. The next step of healing, that where we recognize beyond patriarchy, where we really embrace both this masculine and feminine energies within us, where we actually have the positive of each. Now, when I say positive of each, there is, for each energy, there is positive and there is negative. Okay, so I'm going to share a little slide with you where we are going to understand this. So many times when we saw the models, and of course, when I said that this childhood imprinting has happened, the models that we were seeing outside is what we have taken inside. And when we see the model, supposing if we are seeing a mother was somebody who couldn't take a stand, probably we thought, I never want to be like my mother. Okay, so if you're a girl, you thought maybe I never want to be that. So our models is what we were really seeing. And then we are really trying to edit that. We are saying, no, I don't want to be like her. I don't want a husband like my father. Or I want a husband just like my father, or I want to be like my mother. So we are really understanding and really selecting from this, sometimes fighting that. But these were the models that were there. So this chart really helps us to understand Where are we? So if we see this chart, if somebody has been on the toxic, unhealthy feminine, when I said initially there was polarity, when they said a woman is supposed to be like this, if she was just the feminine, only having the feminine, lacking the masculine. When I'm saying that, friends, we need to embrace the masculine within. And really, all cultures actually, in a secret, we have spoken about it. The yin and yang symbol, if you see, is really talking about that. The white one in that has a black dot within. So a person to be individuated, to be healthy, needs to embrace the black within the white, needs to embrace the feminine without in the man. The man needs to embrace the feminine. And the black one has the white dot within. So the female also needs to embrace the masculine within her. There needs to be the healthy masculine and feminine. Ardhanarishwar is also talking about exactly the same thing. So every culture has actually tried to give that. But it is really the politics in the society. It is the men who were wanting the power, who were trying to suppress the feminine. And very likely what was happening was the male was really insecure. It's the woman who can give birth. The man can't. So deep inside, there is an inferiority complex, and they've really done that. A lot of damage has been done to the feminine as a result. So now if we pay attention to this chart, friends, if we are understanding from the polarity, let's pay attention to the toxic or unhealthy feminine and then the toxic, unhealthy masculine. So if there is toxic feminine, what will be the signs in the woman here? There will be martyrdom. I can do everything. This woman will just keep serving the other, not really caring for herself. She will literally, be like the martyr, falling ill, but still trying to do for the others. Of course, in her, what is happening, her own needs are not met with. So she would be needy. She wants other people's attention. You may see her indirectly also manipulating the sas bahu things, where the sas is more, needy, trying to, she has really served and now she's needy. She's trying to manipulate also could be this sas. The depression will be there because her own needs she's not able to pay attention to, and nobody else would pay attention to her needs if she is not doing it. She would be wallowing. There will be confusion and stagnancy in her energies. If the feminine energy is going to be healthy, what is really healthy feminine? Healthy feminine qualities, if she's really embraced it in a healthy way, she will be intuitive, collaborative. And when I'm saying she, friends, if a man also has healthy feminine, he has embraced the feminine in himself, he will also be intuitive. He will also be collaborative. He will be adapt to at multitasking, or she. Okay, so here we understand it's both he and she. Emotional in a good way, passionate, creative, empathetic, receptive. It's the woman who receives. If we now pay attention to the sexual organs, it's the woman who receives. She's having the uterus. She has to relax. She has to receive. She's the one who's going to relax. It's this quality of relaxation. The body already knows how to give birth. So she has to be receptive. And that's where the creation happens, and allowing for flow. So this is really the feminine energies. Let's pay attention to the masculine. So let's understand the unhealthy, toxic masculine. When those energies are really higher, okay, there will be domination. Now this, when we understand the sexual organs also, it's an outgoing energy. It's more focused. So there's going to be more domination if there is more of this aggression, more controlling, anxiety, of course, because now they have not embraced the receptivity, the flow. So they want to control everything. They're going to be distant because they are disconnected with their own emotional side. Mental constructs are going to be there. Now, if the masculine energies are in a balanced way, again, even when a female embraces her masculine, what is going to happen? What's the positive? There's going to be both the male, female, they'll be analytical. They're able to, have this focused energy. They're able to analyze, right? That's what is going to help us to really come out of a problem. So we need to be able to feel and at the same time analyze and come out of it. There will be a healthy competition, singular, they are able to focus, rational, determined, right? Too much of feminine energy, lacking masculine, is going to lack the determination, the rationality. Linear, logical, objective, assertive, goal directed, right? These are the qualities for the healthy masculine. Now, I want us to pay attention just as before we are going to go into the meditation. I want you to just be with this. Let yourself intuitively see where are we, right? We're just paying attention. We allow ourselves to embrace. We allow ourselves to really heal this. Okay, just paying attention here is going to help. I'm just going to keep this slide for another 10-15 seconds or maybe half a minute before we go into meditation. In case there's any question or sharing, any insights that you got, which you think is going to also help others, you can share that now or ask that question now. Otherwise, we will do a 20-minute meditation. Now, in the meditation, friends, what we are going to do is, we are, of course, first going to be with our breath. First 10 minutes to 12 minutes, just going to be with our breath. When we are doing that, we are really watching our body, our thoughts, our emotions, whatever may be. We are bringing ourselves to the breath. When we are coming to the breath, we start connecting with ourselves, which is beyond the body, which is beyond this duality plane, our true self. Once you're connected to that, you're away from that, I want you to pay attention to any belief. So as you're looking at this chart, some belief that may have unconsciously formed. For example, men can't cry. Men shouldn't cry if you're a man. Or women shouldn't be angry. Or, something that you recognize as a belief that was formed. We can turn around that belief in that space. So actively, in this space, of course, you'll pay attention to what is it. But when we are really disconnected, when we are in this plane of oneness, that is where all potentials are there. So the last thing I'm going to tell you during this meditation is, now bring awareness to that belief that now you're ready to turn around, let go. And what will be the new belief? What is the turnaround? For example, I can be myself. I can feel my emotions. It is safe for me to be myself, whatever it may be, right? Something which gives you freedom from that belief. Okay, so any questions, any insights anybody wants to share before we go into the meditation?
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready to go?
Preeti, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's related with our meditation task or not. The journey of each individual, whether female or male. So can it be said that first that person, be man or woman, has to realize feminine potential for women on priority basis, then she might on a search of masculine under her, or same with the men. I mean, is there any kind, what's your observation? Or
so Sagar, what has happened is, because like I mentioned, in the last so many centuries, the male has been thought to be superior. So most people, obviously, we've also put higher importance to masculine energy. So higher significance has gone to uh, making money, the outward, whatever the man used to do the roles. Somewhere we have given more importance to that. Masculine energy is also about doing, feminine energy is also about being. Now, what has happened is because of this imbalance, repression of the feminine energies have happened. Not only have the males, obviously, they were told to cut off from the feminine, but also women have repressed their own feminine energy. Now, the journey is about really embracing both, about coming to the positive of both. So their healing journey is really about embracing both. So not only have the men to embrace the feminine, also the women have to embrace the feminine. Okay, because as a society, as a world, we have given much more focus to the masculine. The environmental damage that we are seeing, if you see the entire focus of everybody, it's really money. So the whole industrialization, the way things have happened, there is hyper focus gone onto the masculine, whatever was connected to the masculine. More doing, the doing is more important. Sitting silently being is something so difficult. We see parents, they feel like an anxiety, as if they have to keep the child busy all the time. There is no time and space to just be. We all also, when we are sitting, if the moment you have free time, you just go to the phone, you start looking, opening different apps. We just can't be. So what we need to do is we need to learn to be. So we talk about sacred feminine, and actually we are going to do a workshop the coming weekend on sacred feminine, because really, Sri Aurobindo said that if there has to be a future, it will wear a feminine crown. The way we are going, we are really destroying the planet. So when he says if there has to be a future, it's going to wear a feminine crown, because we need to, the balance, if you see the seesaw, the balance has tilted too much now. So we have to really give this attention. We have to give the feminine energy attention so that we can really come to a balance. Okay. Sagar, thank you for this question. Each person's journey is very individual, right? So wherever there are blockages, we need to let go of the blockages. Whatever we have rejected, we need to embrace. So the workshop is really, helping one go through this journey, pay attention to different areas so that we can really heal. When I mentioned that we have taken birth both as man and women, we've all had past lives where we were wounded as a feminine. If you were a woman, you have probably been raped, you have been tortured, you have been dominated. So many times the women hate themselves as a woman. They want to be different. Okay. And it's not like we have to fight the men. It's not a problem. The men, the boys also have been brought up in the same background. So they have also learned a particular way. The models that they had, the fathers and the authority figures. If you see Bollywood, the way, a lot of the signals have come from there, is also really imprinting the mind. Right? So all of this is something we need to basically throw light, and we need to let ourselves to let go of whatever which may be now limiting. And we have to connect to our true self. So everybody's journey is very individual and very beautiful. And this healing journey really helps your creativity to come out, because it's the feminine which is creative. It's the feminine energy which is able to give birth, right? So somewhere we need to really connect with that being state. Okay. I hope that helps you to just go a step deeper. It cannot give you exactly the answer in a logical way, Sankar, but it helps you to probably just relax into your own being state. That's what we need to do, and trust our own journey. Okay. Friends, are we ready for the meditation? That's wonderful. I'm going to just play some music to support. We will practice Anapanasati. Close your eyes. taking a comfortable posture. Take this time, this 15 minutes, just to be with yourself. Just to be in the state of non-doing. Meditation is really an act of non-doing. You are dropping all the doing, bringing all your attention just to yourself. Bring your attention to your breath. Rest your awareness with your breath. The natural incoming breath and outgoing breath. The nature of our mind is like a monkey. It usually goes here and there. You are now deciding to be with the breath. So whenever your mind goes here and there, simply come back. Just taking this time to be with your breath. To be in a state of non-doing. In a state of being. All the wisdom is already there in you. We are like seeds. Our potential is immense. When you relax into your being state, you are nurturing your own self. You are nurturing your own seed. Creating the safe space for yourself to connect to your true self. Feminine energies are the spiritual energies. By embracing the feminine side, the feminine principle, you go deeper into your own journey, into your own being. Relax with your breath. Be with your breath. The state of being is the state of isness. Accepting what is. You may become aware of certain body sensations as your awareness is with the breath. Watch those sensations with a state of acceptance. A deep isness. If there were thoughts that came and went, watch them just like clouds that come and go, with a state of acceptance. What is. No judgment. Is this a good thought or a bad thought? Simply noticing what is. If there's pain in any part of the body, simply watch, paying attention to it and accepting it. Similarly, if there's any painful emotion, also watch that. As if seeing it from a little distance and accepting. The feminine does not reject anything. Just pay deep attention to all sensations, even if painful, all emotions, even if painful. And let yourself now recognize that as the body, as the emotions, thoughts are being watched, who is the one who's watching? Who is this you who is more than the body, more than the thoughts, more than the emotions? You have all of them, but you are more. You are the self beyond this plane of duality. Now relax deeper into that. Let your breath take you deeper into the center of your being. Just like a hurricane has the eye of the storm, the center, where nothing moves, where there is stillness. Deep within you, there is that part which is beyond all this pain, beyond the body, beyond your story. Let go. Surrender to the breath. Let your breath take you deeper into a state of deep silence. Deep stillness. Simply riding the wave of the breath. Relax deeper, surrendering to your own breath. There is deep silence. You're connected to your true self. Buddha says, this emptiness, this silence is full of answers. This emptiness is full of potentials. In this state of silence, let yourself now remember that belief which has been limiting, which was formed, and you have been perceiving reality through that. You have really embodied that. Bring that to awareness and now let yourself change that. What is it that you would now like to believe? You can choose now an empowering belief, empowering thought, which gives you freedom to choose, freedom to live fully. Feel yourself embodying that. If you choose this new thought, new belief, how would you feel when you would live with that? Coming from that space of oneness now into the plane of duality, if you're now living with this new belief, how would you feel? Feel that emotion. How would you live? What changes would you make when you embrace this new thought? What would you do differently? Feel yourself doing that. Know that you can be you. Osho says one birth has been given to you by your parents. A second birth is what you need to give to yourself. Give birth to your own self. Let yourself embrace a new way. Accepting yourself, giving yourself the freedom to be you, giving yourself the freedom to embrace both the masculine and the feminine. Embracing yourself as a complete being, slowly you're getting ready to come back. Remember the new actions that you may do, any decisions that you have made now. Remember this new feeling. Remember your true self. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Slowly you can rub your palms, cover your eyes with them. Slowly open your eyes and welcome back, my dear friends. Anybody would like to share any experience, ask any question around this topic?
Can I ask Dr. Preeti?
Sure.
So as soon as the meditation started, I felt a very like a strong tingling sensation in my right elbow.
Okay.
Would that mean anything, or it's the right side is?
Do you relate to the what we shared about the masculine, feminine? Did you see yourself more on a particular side?
Yeah, I usually see myself more on the masculine side.
More on the masculine side?
Yeah.
Okay.
In this,
Unhealthy?
sorry, go ahead.
Unhealthy?
No, healthy.
Healthy. Okay. Okay. The right side is usually connected to the masculine, to your father. So whenever we sense like we are not trying to control, but during meditation, during the process, automatically we sense energies. So it could be just shifting something there. Just surrender. So you may notice some change. Were you aware of any beliefs that you wanted to change? Any insights that came?
Yeah, I think so, but I need to dwell more on it a little.
I think you can just note that down.
Yeah.
Don't dwell on it from the logical, right? When you're sitting for meditation, just keep an intention that you want to understand it deeper.
Okay.
Yeah?
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Friends, Divya has just posted. We also have an inner child workshop in Jaipur that we are doing. So if anybody is interested there, please do share with your friends as well. Any more questions? Any sharing that anybody, any experience that you had during the meditation, my dear friends?
Can I share?
Yes, Kunal.
Yes. So, ma'am, during meditation, ma'am, so I was feeling inferior, ma'am. I was feeling very low, and it came from my childhood, but now also I'm feeling it, ma'am, in present, and I'm comparing myself with my brothers. So, so I was feeling low and inferior by my looks. So same thing I'm doing with my friends or whenever I'm going in outside also. So I was not comfortable with my body and I was judging it. So,
Right. Right.
So then I took affirmation that I'm the perfect the way I am. So,
that's wonderful. Excellent, Kunal. Because the feminine is also is connected to the prakriti, right? The prakriti, we are connected more to the body.
Yes.
Right? So good that that came to awareness. You already know that you feel that. It came to light and then you could shift that. So very beautiful.
Yes. Thank you for the experience.
Thank you for sharing.
Ma'am, because I was always thinking why I'm not feeling comfortable with my brothers. So that instead I'm having that thing, that small, that making me uncomfortable.
Yes.
So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that.
Pleasure. Wonderful friends. Thank you so much for joining us and looking forward to seeing you again on Sank Aha next month. But do follow us. We have other meditations that we have posted online. Classically, we try to do one workshop every month in different places, of course, different kinds of workshops, but all really connecting, helping you connect to your true self and to live your full potential. So thank you so much for joining us. See you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Preeti.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you, Dr.